Hello, hello, and welcome to another edition of the She Reigns podcast. I'm your host, Shanika, here where we talk about real life conversations, being a woman, being a mother, and living in this world that can sometimes become chaotic. So today we are ushering in a brand new month. Happy February. Welcome to the month of February. We have love, Black History Month, and so much more. So we're going to get started, but before I do, I want to make sure, and y'all, I have my notes because without them, the girl would be lost, okay? So pardon me for looking down, but I have my notes because I want to make sure that I give you everything that you need. So before we get started, I don't want you to skip over yourself. Head to the comment section below and you can download a free weekly Crown check-in journal in the description below. A free weekly Crown check-in journal. This journal will allow you to keep up with yourself as we navigate through the upcoming weeks. Through each week, you will have a prompt that you can write in or just write down your feelings about how you're feeling from what I'm saying, how you have used it in your life, and so much more. Also, 2 new things I have to offer. The first one is called Crown Wins. What is that? So what you do is each week, I want you to celebrate your life, celebrate your success, and celebrate your growth. So that looks like this. You email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com and you tell me what crown wins you had for this week. For example, how you set your boundary, how you said no and did not feel bad about it, how you chose yourself, how you rested without guilt, or whatever else you want to share, how you won using your crown each week. Email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com and I'll read them anonymously on my podcast so we can share the growth, success, and how we are gaining love for ourselves each week. Also, Queen questions. Email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com and you can ask a question. Something that may have been burning on the inside, you don't feel comfortable asking anybody else you know in life, real life, you can ask me. And again, I will respond on my podcast anonymously. I'll read it out loud and then I will answer your question. So we are building momentum here on She Reigns Podcast. It's not just about me talking, it's also about you learning and sharing. So let's grow together. Let's have our community become cohesive and let's be there for each other. So 3 things. Download your weekly Crown check-in journal. Submit your submissions for either Crown Wins or Queen Questions, or hey, both. Because guess what? We are all about showcasing how we can reign and grow here in this community. So, February 1st. Today, I want to discuss why it is so important that you love you first. Love you first. It's a month of love, but let's start with looking in the mirror and loving who we see. You know, back in the early 90s, Mary J. Blige had a song, Real Love. I'm searching for a real love. But, pardon my vocals, y'all. The real love has to start from within. We have to love who we are and whose we are if we are to seek a genuine and authentic type of love. We have to love who we are and whose we are if we are going to be able to accept and recognize an authentic type of love. Think of self-love as a responsibility. You're responsible for paying your bills, responsible for going to work, responsible for caretaking either of yourself, your spouse, your kids, your parents, whoever. But we often neglect ourselves. And self-love is a responsibility. Self-love also affects our relationships and our decision-making skills. If I'm being honest with you all, I had to learn how to grow and to elevate. I had to learn how to set my boundaries for things that I would and would not accept. And these things are not only just for romantic relationships, but also for, our friendships, our time with our girlfriends, heck, even family members, even our kids. We have to learn to love ourselves. Now, learning how to love yourself can look different for everybody else because we are not the same. And that is perfectly fine. But you have to be able to be comfortable with being with you, being by yourself, being okay with who you are. So, you have to learn what you like and what you yearn or desire for yourself. Self-love is a responsibility that we all have because without it, our self-esteem is going to be in the pits and we will accept any and everything. So we have to learn how to have that real self-love for ourselves. When you find that, then we can then be authentic in sharing that love with other people. And we can also be okay with setting our boundaries, with saying no, and being okay with just being. We don't always have to be busy. We don't always have to be going. We can enjoy the slowness and the rest. Signs you may need to relove yourself could be emotional exhaustion. Y'all, have you ever experienced a time where any and everything got on your last nerve? Emotional exhaustion. Somebody calling your name just ticks you off. Emotional exhaustion. It can also look like when a sad movie comes on, you boohoo crying before the movie starts, right? We're exhausted emotionally, snapping, being short with people, just not want to be around anybody. We are emotionally exhausted. That's a sign that we need to relove ourselves. Over giving, always giving. Overly giving. We need to relove ourselves because guess what? You cannot buy love. You cannot buy affection. Although society would have us believe it's worth buying, we can't buy the type of stuff. And you may also feel invisible. Have you ever been in a space or a place where you're there, but no one seems to acknowledge you? No one even looks your direction? But again, we're looking for that acceptance on the outside of ourselves. So 3 signs you need to relove yourself are emotional exhaustion, overgiving, and perhaps feeling invisible. Now, how can we pour into ourselves on a daily basis that are practical, that make sense for us, we can actually do, that will help us begin to love ourselves again, fall back in love, relove ourselves, and find that real love that we need for ourselves? Morning affirmations. I've seen several reels, y'all probably have too, where they quote, my goodness, brain fart, right? Where they quote a Juvenile. You're a paper chaser, you're on a grind, you won't stop. I don't know all the words, but you get my point, right? Give yourself a morning affirmation. You can have sticky notes on your mirror in the morning. I am worthy. I am loved. I believe in myself. I am capable of wonderful and great things. Whatever affirmation you need to use to help you get through and start your day, have a morning affirmation. Creating a personal ritual. Something that's personal for you. Either to start or end your day or whatever in the middle of the day. But have a ritual that is solely yours and solely for you. And here goes the other one. We have to make sure that we're okay saying no without any guilt. Say no and be okay. No can be a complete sentence, either with a period or exclamation point. Just no. And it's okay. We have to pour into ourselves before we can love anyone else. And truly before anyone can really love us effectively. We have to know who and whose we are. And we also have to remember how God defines love. We have agape love. You have to look at how he defines love and then understand that for you and your beliefs and how you can put that love into motion into your daily life. So remember, real love, like MJB said, I won't sing again, but we have to find that real, authentic love to make sure we continue to love ourselves first. Love yourself first, and the rest, I guarantee you, will fall into place once you properly implement the steps. But love you first. So like Michael Jackson said, look at that woman or that man in the mirror and believe in who you see and what you see. So again, my name is Shanika. I am so proud to be here on She Reigns podcast. If something I said made you go, she might be onto something, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to download your free weekly journal. And also be sure to email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com to either share your crown wins, ask a queen question, or to perhaps be on my podcast and talk with me live. So remember, remember, take a breath, say a prayer, and fix your crown because you were built for the chaos.